and they're all just gonna keep flowing right here. In this video, I'm gonna teach you how to make an amazing XP farm in Craftoria. So let's go ahead and get right to it. And alrighty, so one of the things that you're gonna need for this farm is you're gonna need so much plastic. By so much, I mean a stack of plastic is about all you need. Maybe 2 stacks. So it is a lot, but not at the same time. But what I have for my plastic is to get plastic, you harvest it from logs. It doesn't matter what kind of log. I just have abundance of apple logs, so that's the one I use. And basically what you're going to do is you're going to place a block placer like this, so when this block is destroyed, let me go and grab my axe so I can show you. When this block is destroyed, it should automatically place another one down, just like so. And as y'all can see, this doesn't give you plastic, it gives you latex. Well, in this game, it's practically the same thing. Latex combined with water gives you plastic, such as this. I didn't mean to grab the latex out of there. But, as y'all can see, it turns it into plastic, just like so. Oh, it turns into dry rubber. And then all you need to do is take this dry rubber and put it in a furnace. I have my own little kind of furnace over here. It's a lot quicker than an average furnace. So all I do is just put this into here. Fuel the blaze rods, or fuel these with blaze rods like so. Wait a few seconds like this, and it should all smelt down into plastic, just like so. There we go. Got 46 plastic sheets. And what you need the plastic sheets for is you need plastic sheets. So you need these cylinders right here. It's pretty simple to make. It makes 2 at a time, just like that. And what you need these for is you need these assembly units right here. They're not very expensive, kinda. I mean, the plastic was the only time-consuming part about it. And something good about the plastic harvesting is I use heat generators for mine. You can use whatever generator y'all are comfortable using. And all you gotta do is put fuel in here. And when it's fueled up, it takes a fraction of the time to produce 3. So there's that. So that's how you get plastic for this video. And trust me, somebody who had to learn all this off of hand because there was not a good guide like this. Trust me, you're gonna need plastic for a lot of things. So definitely try to make something. It could be a lot cleaner than my setup, and it could be a lot bigger because obviously the bigger it is, the more latex you're gonna get. This was big enough for me. I have 3 latex or fluid extractors to harvest the latex out of, and just 1 block placer. I have another one right here, but I really don't mess with it. I had it just like when I needed a lot. I was just manually placing blocks. But yeah, basically you just have a power source go into it. It points towards the block, like so. I use these basic mechanical pipes from the mechanism mod to just transfer everything into the latex processing unit, just like that. And there you go. That's how you get the plastic part of it all. And one of the things you're going to need a lot of plastic for is obviously these. Actually, this is the main thing you need plastic for. And y'all might be wondering, oh, what does this have to do with any of the, like, why do I need any of this for this? You need to make a pressurized spawner for this video. And you're going to need 4 of these advanced pressure tubes. And you get that from the pressure chamber valves made into with all of this used by all this. So that is why you will need all that. Okay, so for this next part, I'm going to show you how to make pressure chamber valves. There's a few ways to do it. When I did it in my recordings, like, because I have a series, and this is kind of like how I figured it out. I figured it out through the series and stuff. But there's a few different ways you can make them. I use this way. It's pretty cheap. I didn't know this way was a thing, but in this video we're going to use this. So we got compressed iron ingots, and if y'all wondering, oh, how do you get compressed iron ingots? It's pretty simple. So you take that, and you take a bomb right here, just like so. You're gonna just throw all that down, and you're gonna throw a bomb at it. and it turns into compressed iron. You do lose some of them in the process, so just know that. And that's how you get compressed iron, like that. And then all we're going to do is we're going to surround all this by a valve, like so. And there you go. That's how you get the pressure chamber valves. And so you're going to put the pressure chamber valves into this machine over here, just like so. So basically on this setup, I'm just going to do this. And alright, so I had to wait to put this down, but let me go ahead and show you how, while this is like fueling up, it just has to be at 3.5. So let me just go ahead and show you. Obviously you craft all of these things. This is the pattern you want, because it all works off this assembly platform. You do not need the drill for this, so you could save steps and not build the drill. You just need the laser for this. So this picks things up from that, and you might be wondering, oh, why do you have this? I don't know. I believe you need it because this technically connects it to the controller. We are going to turn this off because we do not want anything to explode on us. So that places that on there, and then the laser comes by and cuts it into the parts that you need for that, for the pressurized tubes. And you might be wondering, oh, how do you get this? You can build it, I believe. But I did something else to get it, and I will show you how I got mine also. So for the laser, oh, no, you can only get it that way. Okay, I completely just told you all wrong. Okay, so for this, you're going to need an Amazon tablet. It's not too difficult to obtain. Amazon tablet. Just, you need plastic for it too. You need an air canister, which is just that, pretty simple, and then a GPS tool. It's that. It does take a diamond, but it's all right. Like, it's not that expensive. Then you can get this, and then you have to charge it, which you can charge it very simply by using this charging station right here. It just also connects to these air compressors, just like so, and then it charges up with some of that. And then all you do is it's basically a villager. I just realized it just emptied its air. Okay, so this is just kind of, so this advanced air compressor, you don't need it for this video. I'm just using it because it's so much faster. The only reason why you may use a regular air compressor first is because you have to get one of these. But as soon as you get this advanced pressure tubes, definitely make the advanced one. It is 10 times quicker. The only thing you have to worry about is heat. When it gets above 50 degrees C, it will start being a little slower, but it's not bad. It doesn't make it useless like by any means. But then so once it's just a little bit charged, what you do is you assign a thing by shift clicking by that. And you will so let's say I need this. So you could just buy this specific part. I think it's just better just to buy them both. So what we're going to do is we're going to put our emeralds into here. We're going to say, hey, I want this. So you right click, place order. And a little cool thing happens. But basically that's what happens is you do that, and then the drone will put the drill laser into there. Let's go ahead and do that again because I did mess it up. Just wait a second. Don't be impatient. There we go. And there, it took it then. And then another one should appear with our little attachment. There we go. Pretty neat system. Just like that. And there we go. We got that. And obviously you just put that into that program into these. So that's how you get that program, if y'all were wondering also. I believe that is all. Oh, and you're going to need this. You're going to need this pressure chamber tube. Alright, so this is why you're going to need the pressure chamber tube. Is you need there's another thing you need. Is you need this etching tank for these assembly lines. So these pieces right here, you have to get this unassembled thing, which once you have this is the way to do it. I didn't have these obviously before, so now I can do this. But to get 3 of these, you have to put 1 plastic, 3 either gold nuggets or copper nuggets, and then 2 redstone torches to get 3 of these inside of a pressure chamber. Which all this is it's just the pressure chamber walls. It's pretty. They're really cheap. So it's reinforced bricks. I right click instead of left click. And you get those by this reinforced stone, and then that's how you get reinforced stone. So they're fairly cheap. You would need 1 valve for this. So maybe you do make just a pressure tube, and like maybe you just do this because you need pressure to go in here. You need these air compressors to put fuel in or air into there, and then you're gonna need 2 interfaces. You place one on the facing this way, and then the other one you have to place inside here, and it faces the other way. If you have a wrench, you should be able. You could just turn it around, but I just did it that way. It's not hard. And then you could either. So what I did, because I didn't have these tubes when I first did it, I just opened the top up, threw everything in there, all the resources, closed it back up, and waited. But it's pretty simple. That's how you get all of that. And so you will need an etching tank. And to get etching, you're gonna need a bucket of molten plastic. And molten plastic you get from a thermomatic processing plant, and you get that from either biodiesel or LPG. I use LPG, so that is this machine right here. I did not mean to destroy this piece, and I found out that covering all the sides, it helps protect, heat it up, and all that is it's just crude oil, and you heat it up, and it turns into 4 different things. And they all emptied. I forgot they're all over here. So one part of it turns into kerosene, gasoline, LPG, and I can't remember the other thing because I don't have any of it. But you basically just use LPG. You turn that into molten plastic through this right here, and you have to heat it also. And then you throw that in you throw all that into there to get etching, and then etching, as y'all saw, is used to make an empty PCP into the unassembled ones. And you do need you might be one with the etching successes. You make a UV light box. So after you get the resources from out of there, you get a UV light box and you put it in here. You put the empty ones in there and you charge them up. The higher they are, the less chance they break. Obviously 100% means that no matter what, but they takes more and more time when you do that. And then you throw them in the etching tank, and then it's either going to succeed or break. And that's how you make the assembly line and all that stuff for that. And alright, so when you go to make your pressurized spawner, you may be like, oh, I have the compressed iron, I have the advanced pressure tube, but how do I get an empty spawner? So that's what we're going to show you next. You do not need an advanced air compressor. It just makes things faster. So you need a regular air compressor or an advanced one. Depends on how quickly you want this to go. If you use an advanced one, make sure you have the advanced pressure tubes, or they could blow up. You're going to need a vacuum tube and the spawner extractor. So what we're going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and we're going to head over to some places where I know where some spawners are. Alright, there it goes. I don't know why it wouldn't let me place it down, but there it goes. It went down. And what you're going to do now is you're going to put the vacuum tube like so. You're going to hook the air compressor up to it like that. Or not the air compressor, the spawner extractor like that. You're going to do this. You're going to put a little bit of fuel in there. It only needs to be at 5, or it doesn't even need to be at 5 pressure. So you might be wondering, oh wait, nothing's happening. This has to be up to 2 before it could suck air out. Again, advanced one just going to be a lot quicker. If y'all are kind of worried about the blowing up because this can only hold 5 bars of pressure, just either watch the fuel, it's simple, or you can actually make a safety valve, and we're just gonna put that in there. So that just means that what that does is when it gets too much to a dangerous level, instead of just blowing up so the air can escape, it's gonna release the air. Again, though, you could just watch this and just be like, oh, hey, it's getting to the close to that dangerous amount. Just pull the fuel out. It's literally that simple. And for this to start the progress, it has to be at negative 0.5. So that's why you need the vacuum one. When I first hit it, I was pumping air into this. I was wondering like why nothing was happening. But when this says, let's see, extract spawn cores from vanilla spawners, be prepared for a fight, it means it. And trust me, you will see what that means. And if y'all are wondering why the projectiles can hurt me, again, if you're getting a spawner from a projectile mob, this quantum bubble is what you're gonna need. It doesn't protect you from everything. I mean, it protects you from every ranged attack, but there is a limit. Like it will shut off after a little bit. But once this starts, so this is started. Just wait a second. Just be very, very prepared for a fight. Like, they're going to start spawning in like crazy. There they go. The blaze one was insane because when they could fly around, and when I was doing it, there was so many blazes. Like, I literally didn't have a second to breathe. Where is it? There it is. I don't know why it doesn't. I wish it was like in here somehow, but it's not. But that's the spawner core right there. Right there you go. It's 100% skeleton spawner. And then once you get to that, you can just pick that up. No silk touch, nothing. I don't have silk touch on mine. Pretty simple to get. And then obviously now you have everything for the pressurized spawner. So let's go ahead and make one up. I don't have the compressed iron in my inventory, but it's pretty simple to grab. I have tons of it. Blocks of that. And there you go. That's how you get the pressurized spawner. And alrighty, so basically wherever you want to put this spawner down, you can put it down anywhere. This is the spawning area. I just dug out a hole. So like these little blocks right here, this is the areas that the mobs could spawn in. Wow, that was kind of bad. So yeah, I'm not too far underground. So that's why you're seeing a lot of dirt. But as you guys can see, you gotta go a couple blocks up. So definitely be smart about where you put this thing, because yeah, you can build your own like little area, and obviously just remember if they fly like obviously blazes fly, definitely be careful about that. But yeah, so they should only be able to spawn in this little area right here. So when you build your like killing chamber, you may, oh yeah, and they can spawn down too. So we got it all dug out where they could spawn in at. We are just gonna, make sure that they can't spawn right there. We're gonna hook up our little air compressor, like so. Go ahead and just power this thing, because why not? Put power into this thing while we build this killing chamber, or build this little area. So I'm not building an automatic one. If y'all want to, you can build an automatic one. And alrighty, so in this little time lapse right here, this is just me digging everything out, just constructing it, not doing anything like really important. It's like I said before, you can build one, like build an outside one. It could work better. Obviously, I just kept getting very, very unlucky with the cave systems. I had to keep placing blocks instead of just being able to dig everything straight out. But basically, all I did here was just construct the actual spawner area so they could flow down here. So we're just gonna, as y'all gonna see in this time lapse, we're just gonna put water, push everything towards the center 3x3 hole in this little area right here. I'm just showing you, hey, I used hoppers and stuff to hook everything up, and even the smart chutes, which are instantly, like they grab items instantly and instantly put them in there. So if you use the speed upgrades on the actual spawner area or something like that, where you're gonna have a ton of mob drops really quickly, you're definitely gonna want those smart chutes just so that they don't actually spawn on, or so there's not so many items where your game starts lagging horribly. So definitely just be careful with all that, with how powerful you make this farm. I'm placing the blocks over the pressure tube area because you don't want the mobs to spawn on there and just stand there where you can't kill them. So I just place blocks over that. And here, this is why this is mainly a time lapse, because I've never built a spawner like this before, not in vanilla, not in this. Like I have I've built that blaze one, and it is very powerful. It's good enough for me where I don't need another one. And I was used to using flowing lava, not flowing water. So that is why you're gonna see me struggle very much so with all this water and getting it all to flow easily. But with that, I hope you all enjoy the rest of this time lapse of us building our little killing chamber. And thank you all for watching this video. And they're all just gonna keep flowing right here. They should all flow right here, and you put a hopper like these few or this couple blocks right here, all going down to a chest. But then when you have that, you can just plug that back in, and we'll watch them spawn in. There we go. Falls down into here. Pushes this way, and there you go. There's a working skeleton farm in Craftoria Minecraft. Again, if y'all like this video, make sure you leave a like and subscribe on the channel. It really does help the channel grow. And with that, thank y'all for watching, and God bless.